10 Top 10 Events that show the positive side of the coronavirus pandemic. Endeavors to slow the effect of the COVID have been contrasted with the portions and limitations World War II style, and individuals are getting more on edge each day. This is clear in the frenzy purchasing episodes occurring worldwide and in the dread you recognize easily when you pass excessively near them in a mall. In any case, there is a lot to be said for the positive side of this pandemic, pardon the joke. Individuals are joining worldwide to battle a shared adversary, and even ideological groups are making peace and putting the requirements of the individuals first. Saints are springing up all over the place, and inspiring stories are starting to immerse the web as much as the stories of frenzy and anarchy have. On this rundown are only 10 instances of inspiring things that can possibly keep individuals fairly rational in these insane occasions. 10 Clear waters in Venice. While Italy is occupied with a furious fight with the COVID, unusual sight have been seen Venice, the swans and dolphins swimming uninhibitedly in the now away from of the channels. With the channels generally clamoring with pontoons, the water is consistently cloudy. Be that as it may, not long after Venice executed lockdown gauges, the water began clearing as residue stays at the lower part of the trenches. And keeping in mind that the City Hall leader's representative has said the more clear water doesn't really mean more excellent water, it states that it is a sight for sore and dreadful eyes during this questionable time. 9 Penguin field trip around the globe. Establishments are shutting with an end goal to slow the spread of the novel COVID. These incorporate zoos, libraries, exhibition halls, aquariums and so forth. Shed Aquarium in Chicago is additionally shut to general society, yet the staff are resolved to keep the creatures engaged. This prompted an unconstrained penguin field trip through the gallery. The penguins met a portion of different creatures in the aquarium. Wellington the penguin couldn't get enough of the fish, while Monty went to the dolphins. The aquarium is anticipating keeping individuals refreshed on creature experiences by means of online media, however long the structure remains closed. 8 Singing from balconies. As Italy formally arrived at the most noteworthy loss of life from COVID, those under lockdown would not have their spirits broken. In scenes suggestive of a wartime melodic, Italians have met up to motivate and inspire each other by singing out loud and playing instruments from their overhangs. This is the reason countless individuals through numerous hundreds of years begin to look all starry-eyed at Italy. A video montage of Italians all over Italia from north to south to key to the islands, all marking together during the Italy lockdown, is a sort of win of soul, an adoration in the hour of COVID. The thought poured out over to Spain, where individuals have likewise taken to singing and applauding together while self-disengaging or isolated in their homes. There was likewise an approach online media stages for everybody to remain on their galleries and at their open windows and give an overwhelming applause to exhausted clinical workforce. The call was regarded with energy, and the sound of rooting for could be heard miles. 7 South Africa grocery store chain indulges retired people in South Africa. The news that the COVID-19 pandemic had arrived at the nation's shores sent many individuals into a condition of frenzy. Mass purchasing and mayhem resulted. Various proclamations and requests from the SA government appears to have quieted the circumstance marginally, yet the strain actually can be felt noticeable all around. Pick n Pay, a South African market chain, chosen to mediate an attempt to quiet the frenzy. They had presented a framework whereby they open 1 hour sooner every Wednesday for beneficiaries and individuals more than 65 to do their shopping in harmony and breaking point the time they spend in jam-packed spaces. As more established individuals are more defenseless to inconveniences of the COVID, this arrangement has been commended as groundbreaking in a period of extraordinary stress. 6 Megastars offering free streaming shows. Individuals around the globe are considering how they will take a break while in isolate or self-segregation. Chris Martin live-streamed a little show from his home on 16th of March, which was incredibly generally welcomed by fans, and numerous different stars have since participated in the push to keep individuals engaged while they become accustomed to this weird new reality. These stars incorporate John Legend, Indigo Girls, Death Cab for Cutie, Pink, Shawn Mendes, Camila Cabello and Catherine McPhee. 5 Pollution lifts as isolates are actualized in only 1 month. The haze of harmful contamination looming over significant Chinese urban communities has almost scattered in the wake of isolates and self-seclusion. NASA air quality analyst, Fei Lu, has said that this was the first occasion when he had seen such a sensational decrease of contaminated air over such a huge territory because of one explicit function. CO2 emanations were somewhere near at any rate 25% between 3 February and 1 March as China's coal use is plunging. While all things considered, the contamination levels will increment again once the pandemic is contained. It is extraordinary to see blue skies again where the exhaust cloud was intense enough to destroy. For Christmas in March, at the point when social separating was presented in March 2020 as one of the endeavors to contain the COVID, individuals began searching for approaches to engage themselves yet additionally others and shield them from getting dejected. Sports telecaster, Lane Grindle, proposed on Twitter that individuals could set up their Christmas lights again so as to make a sheltered action for families. The most loved take a break of cruising all over to take a gander at the wonderful lights. This thought immediately got on and numerous individuals participate, walking out on, and spreading cheer around their areas. The Hallmark Channel likewise got on board with the merry fleeting trend and declared they would air an occasion film long-distance race named We Need a Little Christmas somewhere in the range of 20 and March 22, 2020. 3 support signs. Becky West from Cornwall brainstormed an awesome plan to help other people who need help during their self-disengagement period. She concocted a postcard format that could be shared via web-based media. The postcard just says, "Hi. On the off chance that you are self-disengaging, I can help," with space beneath for individuals to round out their contact numbers and demands. Others are putting colossal flags outside their homes that state they uphold their neighbors and are eager to help with errands they need help with. 2. Jennifer Holler takes one for the world. On 18th of March, Jennifer Holler, one of 45 volunteers, turned into the main individual on the planet to be infused with a likely antibody against the COVID. She says of the experience that she felt cheerful and eager to have the option to plan something for help, taking into account how powerless individuals are feeling right now. Volunteers are each given 2 infusions 28 days separated to test the security of the antibody. The race is well and really on to discover an immunization that works, and 35 establishments are engaged with testing and testing likely antibodies. 1. Christ the Redeemer sculpture illuminates in solidarity. On Wednesday, 18th of March, the Christ the Redeemer sculpture in Brazil was lit up in solidarity with nations battling the COVID pandemic. Influenced nations banners fluttered over the gigantic structure and messages of expectation were shown. Beneath the sculpture, the holy sacrifice of the Mass was held to petition God for everybody contaminated by the infection, while #PrayTogether was extended on it in various dialects.